I've been building No Bad Parts Collective whilst learning to code using AI. The idea is two people can join a therapy session. One is engaging in internal family systems therapy, and the other is a facilitator guided by AI, which prompts the facilitator to guide the session, making it more accessible for people. So I'll run through this page in a second. Let me give you a little guide to what I've been up to. This is the website, coded using Cursor and AI to help me. It's a basic landing page to see if people are interested in the concept. So you can join the waitlist, and explains a little bit about what it is. It's also a personal introduction from me. I think that's good because it's just going to be friends and family. You probably see this off to start with. And it explains what is IFSI. I won't go into that too much detail. Maybe a little bit later I'll talk about the why. But the idea is that you can have real face-to-face presence. There's no chat box. You don't have to type, so you can stay in a meditative state. The AI then stays in the backstage, so the facilitator can guide the person who can stay present, and then everybody can swap and give and receive, kind of like a community aspect of it. So what I've been doing, I've been putting this all into documents called energyflow.studio, which has all the details of what I do. Importantly, I have my development documentation, and this is a process that I'm trying to follow when creating new products or starting to code something new. The idea is that if I write out my processes, I'm building it publicly in the open, and I can get feedback and then edit the process myself. When I start a new project, I can think about what was positive about the last one, what went negatively, and use that to think about how I'm going to improve it. So I'm constantly improving this process. The idea is that I can choose a project, in this case, the IFS project. Key thing here is to market it first, of just being very much a doer. It says, seriously, stop building it now, stop being a doer. That's why I'm creating this video and trying to share this landing page. The idea is to find if the interest is there, and then I'll keep on building stuff. And then you can see the other details, choosing the tech stack, what I've been learning here. For example, I've been using Next.js, React, and Tailwind for CSS. I can use ChatGPT to help me a little bit and get this going. Starting up a project. These are the things that have been really helping me. I'm working with Cursor, which has been super cool. Inside Cursor, I've got the code I'm working on and the prompts. Using AI to write the code and help me here makes things super fast. This is important for my setup, which is in the docs as well. I have Cursor rules that always follow a contributing document, and I'll show you a little bit about what that actually looks like. I've got two applications running. One is Energy Flow, the documentation I showed you earlier. I also have the application I'm working on, which is the landing page for No Bad Parts. The reason for this is that I can access all the details of the project. So I have background context for the AI. Example projects here have No Bad Parts Collective. It's got all the notes and planning, the build plan, and the about. And I can drop things in here and add these as context for the AI when I'm building the application. It has the important developer docs. As I work on this and find things that work and don't work when I'm coding with AI, I can give more instructions to improve the processes. By working these both at the same time, I'm creating public documentation very fast as well. The contributing documentation is for the principle being that the AI either runs as a planner or an executor. So when I'm running things, the planner, I use quite high models to actually plan out what I'm doing. And it's always backed up by the Scratchpad, which shows the background, motivation, the challenges, what we're actually doing here, what the project is. And then once I've got a really good plan for the section or the thing that I'm creating, then I start to execute, and we can use lower models for speed. This means that for each step, I can test if it works and do a visual test as well. So running these two things together has worked really well. So yeah, a little bit more detail on how that is working. And that essentially meant that I could build this as a landing page. It started off on a base template for user logins and using the database. On top of that, I built a waitlist. You see who is signed up for it. The way it works is you click here, join the waitlist, and it creates the magic link for login. So it's passwordless. You can put your name in optional, tell you why you're excited, and then that all goes into this little waitlist here. So you can see the names, reason when they joined, what their order is in the list as well. You can add in profile photos and things as well if you want to. But yeah, try it out for yourself and let me know if it works and if you have any feedback. Yeah, it was super fun. Why, and especially why the No Bad Parts? There's a few little background references. No Bad Parts is a book, internal family systems model that's really helped me in my life getting therapy. I've probably spent a ridiculous amount of money on therapy, but it is really worth it. It really made big changes in my life, got me to where I am now within my relationships with the people closest to me. I'm much happier, enjoying life as a result of this. So yeah, that's the start of the journey. I really believe in this model. The therapy itself, I won't talk about. If you're interested, you should read up on it. And when I took a break from work, one of the first books I read was Survival of the Richest by Douglas Roscott. This was super interesting because I realized in the tech world we're in with all these tools, AI, people are generally kind of like in the fantasies of tech billionaires. I was really focusing on billionaires, but I also see it in the tech community I was surrounded with. It was this idea of disconnecting from the world rather than actually connecting with other people. The technology enables the disconnection. It enables us to get really extreme in our viewpoints, which I'm sure if people have actually seen more and more. And then we lack compassion for other people with technology. So he was really arguing for anti-technology. And in the end, I actually realized that there might be a better way. One of the things that inspired me, a friend Jazine shared me this, the Mind Valley AI Summit. This is outdated, but this is the time 2023. And right at the beginning of it, in this video, they were talking about AI as a tool, money as a tool. And any tool can be used in a bad way depending on your values, on what you believe in. So money can be used in a bad way or a good way. I believe technology and AI tools can be used in a bad or a good way as well. These kind of three concepts led to this with No Bad Parts Collective. The core idea of the internal family systems is having compassion for yourself. If we can have more compassion for ourselves, we can have more compassion for other people, and the world will generally become a better place. We start at the individual level, therapy, more compassion, people having more kindness within them, then the world will become better. And that was my reason and motivation behind building this. At one point when I read this book, I wanted to make things with my hands and escape technology, but I realized that it's finding the balance where we use technology as an enabler. So the idea here was that it's two humans connecting rather than just using an AI therapist, but then the AI helps the facilitator and it gets it out to more people. Yeah, that's the motivation. So throughout this, positives and experience are super good. So happy with how fast I'm learning to code. I'm building things really quickly with this. So super happy with the result of that. Negatives, yeah, there's more of those. Cursors getting expensive. I used to use just free models. I probably was costing them a lot of money because they were charging 30 cents regardless of size of the context going into the prompt. Now they're charging a little bit more on size base and it's getting very expensive. So I need to find a way of not using large models to solve things super fast and seeing if lower models can actually work better. I've been working a little bit too hard and that's also been a problem. The big issue there is not being focused. So when I created this landing page, I created it as a kit which somebody else can copy. The idea is that you can take this landing page, set up Supabase for the database and user auth with magic links, emails which go into the magic links are managed with resend. You hit a button, deploy, edit a few details, then edit the landing page. Anybody can use it. My idea is that I would reuse this for starting a new project to see if people are interested. But I could have just created this for myself rather than doing this, just one-click deploy. It would have been much faster. But yeah, it's been fun to learn to code. That's my reason for it at the moment, but I do need to get a little bit more focused on what I'm building. Also, the website itself didn't need any of this fancy stuff. It could have just been a sign-up form with Typeform. It didn't need all of this fancy stuff. So yeah, that's my negatives and my learnings from this. So what's happening next? This is the website. I need to share this to see if people are interested in the concept. If you are, please go to it, join the waitlist. Let me know if you have any feedback or comments. That'd be super useful. I want to start coding the proof of concept. You can see what I'm doing here in the documentation, energyflow.studio. Here's my little build plan. The idea is that the very first version will be so I can share a link, two people can join, and then there'll be an AI agent in there which will take the transcript of the text which is being said. For the facilitator, they can get a guide to say next. That's the idea. And if that works, then I can build on top of that and see if it can become an application in the future. So yeah, there it is, the landing page. See it there, collective.com. And also energyflow.studio is where I'm sharing everything that I am up to. Thank you so much for watching.